Salutations, everyone. This is attempt number 15 on this commentary because technology sucks. Anyways, welcome to another Mass Effect multiplayer gameplay where today I'm going to be using the Human Vanguard. A very fun class, very easy class to use that I don't see very many people use in this game. Maybe they did when there was, not as many characters available, I'm sure, but it's still, there should be no reason why I haven't seen as many of these as I have. It's a very fun class to use. It's a very good class, and I have the Biotic Charge and the Nova as my two abilities here. Shockwave is available on this class, but there's really no reason to use it when you have this 1-2 combo of a Biotic Charge and the Nova Blast, which just go hand in hand together. When you spec it out right, it's a hard-hitting, very fast combo that is difficult for the AI to deal with. I am on bronze here because I suck at getting good partners for silver. So it's useful in both, obviously. This is a great crowd control class, massive AoE damage, but it's also very good at taking out boss units as well. See, I got my Talon 1 here as my pistol, a little executioner shotgun pistol, if you will. Just to pop off a few shots between biotic cooldowns, but for the most part, whatever weapon you use here isn't going to be that important. So if you, this class doesn't require a high level weapon or any rare weapons. You're going to be doing pretty much all your damage with the Biotic Charge Nova combo. What you do is you get into a group of people, Biotic Charge, that's going to refill your barriers, which is what your Nova uses as its fuel. So it does not interfere with a Biotic Charge cooldown. As long as you have barriers, which is your good old purple bar above my 5 bars of health right here, as long as you have barriers, you got Nova. And that's going to stagger most minions, and your Biotic Charge is going to stagger most boss units. If you have it fully spec'd out for power and force, then it'll stagger, I think, pretty much everything, including phantoms. But I go for AoE damage on this class. Maybe at another Vanguard class, you would want to go for force and damage. But for here, you want to do as much crowd control as you can and take out as many people or as many AI as you can, as fast as you can. And no combo is faster than the Biotic Charge Nova. It does seem a little hiccupy at times. Sometimes I'm not able to get off my Biotic Charge or Nova as fast as I want to. But that's just due to the fact that it's a pretty bad connection here. Whoever on my team has host doesn't have a very good connection. So it's a kind of a squishy character, and that connection is pretty important because you just want to be able to make sure that you can get off your attacks when you want to, but most of the time it's not really something that I have to worry about too much. So what you want to do with this class is put yourself in a position where you get line of sight on as many spawn points as possible. Go in with the Biotic Charge for AoE damage, then hit him up with the Nova. I got the half blast Evo spec here because sometimes you don't want to use all of your barriers. You don't want to leave yourself vulnerable, so the half blast only uses half of it, and also that way you can use it twice. So for more crowd control purposes, staggering those minions if you need a cooldown on your Biotic Charge, we'll just hit with a couple of Novas. It'll give you more of a grace period between Biotic Charges. Maybe hit them up with a Talon shot or two as well. But sometimes I feel like really invincible with this class, so I get a little too gun-ho. As you can see, Ravagers and Brutes are just nothing when I have this class on, because I'm just hitting hard, hitting fast, and taking advantage of those invincibility frames. Those of you who don't know what invincibility frames are, you may remember back in the day playing some Super Mario. Whenever you would get hit by something, your character would flash and he would be invincible for those times. And the same principle is here, except you're not getting hit, but you're activating your powers. As you can see, sometimes Well, the Brute is hitting me, but I'm not taking damage, and that's because during the Biotic Charge, you are invincible for throughout the duration of that attack. And during the fist-pounding portion of the Nova Blast, you are also gaining some invincibility frames. So be sure to take advantage of that as much as possible where you feel need be. You can also, cancel the Nova Blast with like a combat roll or something. So if you ever need to get around a corner, low on health, just go ahead and hit that puppy. Take advantage of those invincibility frames as much as you can, and you'll be in pretty good shape. Also, with the biotic charge, the way I have it spec'd out is that every time it hits successfully, I get 50% barriers, which normally would want to use as fuel for your Nova Blast, but sometimes you just need it out of desperation. You're low on health, find anything to hit, and all of a sudden you got half of your barriers back, and you'll be in pretty good shape to do a little damage control. You see in here, I charge in a little bit over my head. A Marauder and a Ravager and a Banshee, a little too much for me to handle, and I get taken out here by that Marauder. This class is not very good at taking out barriers and shields. That is the one weak point that I can definitely say about this class. Armor and health, it'll hit hard and fast, so that's really not something that I need to worry about. But for boss units that use shields and barriers, it's something that you need to keep in mind. So maybe go one-on-one if you have to deal with something that's got big shields or barriers, or just wait till teammates take him down and then charge in and just take all the credit for it. That's what this class is good for. Very good crowd control, very good AoE damage, and also pretty good at taking out most of the boss units. Those Atlases can be a bitch with those rocket blasts, but they're pretty slow and clunky, so you just maneuver around that. And same with the Brutes, but just take advantage of those invincibility frames, going with the Biotic Charge, take a couple of pop shots with the good old talent here. I keep wanting to say Fallon, I don't know why. Jimmy Fallon sucks at this game. At least I would expect, because he really doesn't know what's in with the kids these days. As much as you would like to think. See, this Brute is just nothing. Going with the charge, he's staggered. Go with the Nova. I get hit once, don't really care. Charge again, I'm invincible. Get my barriers back, and then take them out there with another Nova Blast. It's really not fair, but I don't care. Pretty much all of the little minions aren't going to be any trouble for you. You'll be able to take them out. But you definitely want to get to those spawn points as quickly as possible. So as you can see right here, of course, Firebase Glacier, very easy map to farm because you can get them in such close bundles. Take them out with grenades or an overblast or what have you, whatever class you're using. You can get them bundled up pretty easily. Like I said, Brutes are a joke. Banshees you're going to have to watch out for, especially if you go in for the Biotic Charge. Sometimes they'll get in there and just spear their arms right through your fucking body. That is something that you have to watch out for, especially if it's a little laggy. But Cerberus, really nothing to worry about there. It'll take out turrets and engineers and Atlases, Dragoons. Really not much to worry about there. And as you can see here on the Reapers, Ravagers, Brutes don't stand a chance. It's just that the Banshees got to watch out for a little bit. And maybe if you're getting triple teamed by 3 Marauders, something that you might want to avoid as much as you can. But as you can see here with the Ravager, you can stagger those puppies, take out those Swarmers with your Nova Blast because of the AoE damage that it does do. And those cannons are pretty easy to dodge with those invincibility frames and those staggerings that you're going to get from that Biotic Charge every few seconds. So very, very good class. Very easy. Everybody's got one. Take advantage of those invincibility frames. Take out bosses. Take out minions. You're going to be getting a lot of kills. 50 Biotic kills pretty much every time. 75 kills overall most of the time, as long as you don't have too many kill horde teammates. But it's an easy class to learn because that 1-2 combo of the Biotic Charge Nova just hits so goddamn hard that it's really, really hard to fuck up, and doesn't take that much to get used to. And you don't need a high-powered weapon or a rare weapon to get it done. I'm just using a level 1 Talon here with a like a level 1 heavy barrel and like ammo capacity or something. I don't even remember. But it's really not necessary to have a good weapon with this class because all your damage is going to be done with that biotic. As long as you spec it out right, this 1-2 combo is going to be fast and deadly as fuck. So really good class. I have a lot of fun with it too because it's just fun just getting up in the fray and just punching the shit out of everything. You could also, I don't know, maybe spec it out for melee if you wanted to because you can get so up close and personal, but that would be at the cost of shields, and humans don't have very good shields anyway, so that's something I would avoid, but, you know, it's whatever. There's a lot of classes to experiment with, so, you know, and you can always, you know, respec or promote if you don't like the way that things are going well. So you see that Brute is a joke. That Banshee, once her barriers are down, is just a, you know, dead bitch in the ditch is what she's going to be. And pretty much any minion is just going to be Nova fodder when you're done with them. And so yeah, if you guys haven't given Mass Effect 3 multiplayer a try, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a crap ton of fun. You can get Mass Effect 3 used for cheap, I'm pretty sure now, and EA has deactivated most of the, if not all of the online passes for most of their games. I guess just because 360 is getting, you know, toward the ends and most of their games are old and they're not going to be creating any new ones, so they got rid of the need to have an online pass, so you don't have to worry about being part of the Cerberus network or paying 10 bucks or anything extra for, you know, a game that you're already buying. So, you know, it'll come cheap, and also great campaign as always. You can't discount the campaign, some of the best out there. I would definitely recommend starting from Mass Effect 1 and of course playing Mass Effect 2 as well. Both very, very cheap. And but Mass Effect 3 has got this kick-ass multiplayer, which is not something that should be overlooked. And I think Rooster Teeth just did a Let's Play of it with the podcast crew just last week. I haven't watched it yet, but that's definitely some interesting, fun stuff to see. So get the full extraction here, just barely as this Quarian takes her goddamn time to the LZ. So very good class. It's going to increase these already fast glacier runs to a nice little 12 minutes and 43 seconds. So very fun class to use. Very underused in my opinion, but it's probably not one of the best out there, but it's definitely one of the most fun because it's just awesome. Just using that biocharge and then just punching the ground, you know, watching the bodies fly. So if you guys have any suggestions for other classes you want me to use in the game, be sure to leave those in the comments below, as well as anything else you would like to say to me. Both positive and negative, both appreciated here. Only get like 66,000 in this game. Not as high as I wanted. Had a couple of kill horrors on the team, but you know, I guess that's better than nothing. This class is definitely very, very good. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the powers here. Biotic charge. This is what's gonna be hitting harder than anything else. Go for radius for that AoE crowd control pleasing damage. Power synergy for more power damage. That weapon damage isn't going to do you too much good. You don't want to, of course, you go spec out for the barrier. This is the key right here. This is what combos so well with the Nova to make it hit as often as possible. Uh, Put that out for damage. Half blast, so you can hit twice as much at half the damage at the cost of half your barriers. So playing it a little safe. You don't need the weapon weight decrease, so just go for the weapon damage because the Biotic Charge is the only cooldown that you're going to have to worry about, and it's not that slow when you're Nova and everything in between. Of course, spec out for full shields because it's an up-close and personal class. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.